Hello students, welcome to Meso Study. So in the today's session, as we are discussing about the chapter biodiversity and its conservation, we will be discussing about some reasons by which loss in biodiversity occur. Till now we have discussed about the different kind of biodiversity, why biodiversity is important, this all we have discussed. Now let's talk about the reasons for biodiversity loss or causes of biodiversity loss. Causes of biodiversity loss. We know that biodiversity play a very significant role as per the sustenance of human beings they are considered. Biodiversity loss. Biodiversity loss means what is happening is that the total area which is occupied by the different forest in which organisms, various living organisms, either plants or animals, they live. When the whole area is affected, that means the whole species composition will be affected, and ultimately there is decrease in the number of individuals. So there are so many reasons for loss in biodiversity. One of the major reason is that, another reason is that habitat loss and the fragmentation. So the first reason we have is habitat loss and fragmentation. Habitat loss and fragmentation. Another reason is that overexploitation. Overexploitation means we are using some resource excessively. Third, introduction of alien species. Introduction of alien species. Now, what are these alien species? Now, here alien doesn't mean those which come out of the Earth's surface or from some other planet. There is a difference between these. So, alien means exotic species which doesn't belong to that particular area or the native land. Whenever they get introduced, our whole ecosystem will be affected. How they are affected? Because we don't have a natural predator for that. That's why this introduction of alien species causes death of native species. Now, the fourth, we have an example, we have a fourth is like that of a co-extinction. Co-extinction. So these are the certain examples: co-extinction, introduction of alien species, overexploitation of resources, habitat and fragmentation. Co-extinction means if one of the species is lost. We know that we have studied till now that there is a interaction between the species. If one of the species is lost, what will happen with due time if that exists in a mutual relationship with another organism or any kind of species? In that case, if one is lost, the second will always be lost. So this is called as a co-extinction, and this is an example of, or this is a factor which indicates that interaction of species is important. I will be discussing about all those 4 points, though it is quite general to you, but still I will be talking about with respect to certain examples. I will be dealing with those which is mentioned in your NCERT. Now, students, why I am focusing on NCERT? Because not only for your examination, as per your examination as considered, there is a CBSE or any state board exam, you might be appearing for NEET as well. So simultaneously, I am trying to incorporate each and every topic, each and every word of NCERT, so that you can also appear for those. Though we prepare separate sessions for NEET, though that is a little in detail, but in this session also, in these CBSE or the state board sessions, I also try to incorporate whatever which is mentioned in your NCERT. NCERT is that book which is very mandatory and very important. And once you will start reading, not only for your 12th class, in your higher education also, you will feel that the NCERT is a very good, means to say it's a very good book. In a very precise way, everything is compiled in a very beautiful manner. So, I will be discussing all those with the help of example. First, let's discuss about habitat loss and fragmentation. habitat loss and fragmentation. Habitat loss and the fragmentation. Habitat means habitat is that area in which organisms live, and more precisely we can call it as a niche. And this niche is important because this is that place which an organism play a fundamental role, a functional role, and it interact with the ecosystem. That is called as a niche. Suppose for some reason the habitat loss has occurred. Will the organism will be able to survive? No, it will not be able to survive, because outside their habitat there will be predators for that. There will be chances that the other organism may attack on them, right? So this is the major problem. Now, how this habitat loss and the fragmentation occur? There are various points, or there are various ways by which habitat loss and fragmentation occur, so that you will be able to understand. Don't worry for that. Habitat loss and the fragmentation. Let's take an example like deforestation has occurred. Deforestation, in this what happened? We cut trees. When we cut trees, those organisms which live on trees, which live under trees, arboreal, which lives on trees like arboreal type, which lives under tree, which loves to live under tree, and even those organisms who or the microorganisms who live in association with the roots of that plant. In that case, if that particular tree or the plant is lost from the ecosystem, whatever species which is there and interacting with that particular plant or the tree, that will be affected, and ultimately there is a decrease in number of the population of those. So this is called as a habitat loss, and normally tree is what? Tree is a habitat of many species. Similarly, what we do, we make ways in between the forest. Like you can take an example, like we prepare roads. In that case also, the whole area is affected. Now listen to this very carefully. Every organism have an inherent capability to mark their boundaries. That is called as a territory. Like you can take an example of dogs. Dogs mark their boundary, that this is my boundary, no other dog is allowed to enter into my boundary. And how do they mark their boundary? This is another question. They mark their boundary with the help of their urination. They urinate at the boundaries. They urinate at their boundary. By smelling those, they make other dogs feel that this is their territory. And this is just an example of dogs. Similarly, the cats also do the same. They urinate at their boundary, and similarly they rub their body at their boundaries, and so that the whole smell of body or hairs of the body, they remain there, so that any other organism, any other cats cannot enter into their territory. Now why the hell I am explaining all these things? The reason is that, suppose what I do, I have to prepare a road. What I will do, I'll make the road in between their territories. Definitely that will happen, because we have discussed only about the two, that is cats and dogs. Not only these, many organisms, they live, most of the organisms, they live in a territory. Definitely the whole territory will be affected. Territory will be affected, then now what will happen? There will be a habitat loss will happen, or the fragmentation will happen. Sometimes a bigger one is converted into the smaller fragment. This happens and whole habitat is disturbed, the species will be disturbed. So let's not discuss anymore. Let's write something about the habitat loss and the fragmentation. Like you can take an example of cutting trees, filling of wetland, cutting trees, filling of wetland, and you can take some examples like plowing activity, or you can write plowing grasslands. Grassland between forest these are the certain reasons that actually happen, plowing grassland between forest. So what happens after this? The whole natural, their habitat is lost. Natural habitat lost. Habitat is lost. Now, students, do you know that out of the total area, you know that a tropical rainforest is that which has a maximum productivity. We have discussed that, and earlier, before many years or around 200 to 300 years back, the whole area which was covered by tropical rainforest was 14%. Now it has reduced to 6%. So can you imagine how much decrease in the biodiversity, how much decrease in the production has occurred? So this has happened with the due time. So many reasons are there, so that I will discuss that. Tropical rainforest, tropical rainforest. Earlier 14%. I am talking about the total earth surface. Total earth surface 14%. Now only 6% is left, a very small number. Now 6%. This is one of the example. Similarly, let's take an example of Amazon forest. Amazon rainforest. Amazon rainforest. You know that Amazon rainforest, what is the common name of Amazon forest? Rainforest. The common name of Amazon rainforest is lung of planet. Lung of planet. And you know that these lung of planet, that is Amazon, this is A, these are affected because people are using this Amazon rainforest for the cultivation process, and mainly the soybean cultivation is done in these areas. So I am just writing so that you can remember about soybean cultivation, and even they are being cut. They are being cut for preparing various other things, for preparing grassland for cattle, etc., for grazing of cattle and etc. So this was another, that is Amazon rainforest. We have discussed about two, tropical rainforest and Amazon rainforest, right? This is another reason for that, habitat loss in the fragmentation. Another reason for the habitat loss in the fragmentation you must have heard is that of a pollution. Pollution is that, let's discuss about in this only, in the habitat loss and the fragmentation only, it is there. Pollution also affect species diversity or species survival. Survival is more better word over here. Survival. Now what happens in this case? Species survival means those which are resistant to pollution, that will only survive. Those which are sensitive to pollution, they will be eliminated. Like we have discussed about the bits and brittle area in the industrial melanism. I am not discussing that. If you don't have any idea regarding that, watch those lectures in which I was discussing about bits and brittle area. I don't remember where I have mentioned that, but you will find that in a detailed content box. So the affect species survival. Pollution also affect species survival. Heavy pollution causes death of pollution sensitive species. Pollution sensitive species. Rest all will remain like this, those which are resistant, whereas the pollution sensitive will be removed from the ecosystem. You must have heard of one word which is called as a lead poisoning. Even lead is also very destructive. Lead poisoning. poisoning. Lead poisoning is that thing in which major, if they enter into the water bodies, swans, ducks, all are affected, lead to death of swan, ducks, death of swan, ducks, if they enter into water bodies. If they come in contact with contaminated water. And which contaminated? Lead. Contaminated water. You must have heard of one word which is called as a eutrophication. Eutrophication is another example. Eutrophication, what happens is that the organic compound of a water bodies, they are increased, due to which there is a very high this algal growth occur, that is called as algal bloom, due to which whatever the organism which live in water bodies, they are died. So with the help of eutrophication, what happens? Organism living in water die. Why? Due to increase in organic compounds. And this is also called as a algal bloom. Normally what happens, algal blooms occur, oxygen and the light cannot penetrate deep. So this normally happens. So this was the second one we have discussed, right? Eutrophication, one other reason, right? Now students, come at this side, let's discuss more about the habitat loss and the fragmentation. You must have heard of another process like in which the larger fragments are converted into smaller one. Larger land is converted into the smaller one. When they are converted into the smaller one, what happens is that animal territories are affected. Animal territory is affected. Now, if animal territory is affected, what will happen now? Organism, the whole niche will be affected. Habitat affected. So can I write this as they are exposed to predators? They are exposed to predator, and this is how they are died. Now, what is the reason for converting a larger fragment into a smaller one? Various reasons are there, like building of roads, or sometime what happens is that because of the overpopulation, we consume the major areas, and for building of basically for building of houses, etc. One of the reason for is that of the population. Right, conversion of forest into grassland. a part of the forest is converted into grassland. Territory will be affected. Ultimately, organisms, they are exposed to predator and likewise they are died. Right? So, this is another reason. So, till now we have discussed about the one reason, which is habitat loss and fragmentation. Now, let us talk about the second one, which is called as overexploitation. So, students, hope you have noted down this area. Now, organism is directly or indirectly depending upon the various resources which is given to us by nature. Overexploitation is what? Overexploitation is taking something from the nature not only for need but also for greed. When our greed exceeded our need, in that cases, whatever we utilize, any kind of natural resources, they come under overexploitation, right? So, using natural resources above compensation point. That means the human need is increased. Do I need to explain this human being's nature? Like overexploitation is occurring, the whole balance in the ecosystem between the organism and the ecosystem will be disturbed. Nowadays, it is said that it is believed that in newspaper also you will find some articles which is related to the decrease in the water level, the fresh water level. This is also one of the reason for, this is one of the example of overexploitation. Like nowadays, we are using the resources at a very fast rate. Why we are using those resources at a very fast rate? Let's take an example of the water only. We open the tap, we brush our teeth and the water keeps on flowing. Another reason for that, we used to take bath with the showers rather than going with the help of a bucket. So, better to go by bucket because in the shower, many wastage of the water occur. So, this is one of the another reason for that, and that is quite basic. Hope you can write by yourself. So, this was another reason, that is called the overexploitation of resources. Now, another reason, let's first discuss about the fourth one, that is called as a co-extinction. Co-extinction. Co-extinction happens where? In case of symbiotic relationship. Symbiotic relation. In this, what happen if one of the species is lost, right? And that species is in interaction with species 2. One of the species is lost, second species which is in interaction with one also affected. Now, how this happens? Co-extinction, let's take an example of certain plants and we know about these are pollinators. If the pollinators are affected, will the plants be able to survive? No, they will not be able to survive because their pollen grains, they will not be distributed. If they will not be able to distribute, no fertilization will happen and no plants will be formed. So, this is another reason which is called as a co-extinction. Now, let's not waste the time, let's talk about the fourth one which is called as introduction to alien species. or alien species invasion. Alien species are what? They are called as exotic species. Exotic species that doesn't belong to the native land and they are brought from outside. Sometime because of sometime they happens naturally or some unintentionally this thing happen. And the major problem which is associated with the alien species is that in the native land, in our native land of our species, there is no predators, no natural predators are there. No natural predators are there. Now, no natural predators are there, that means no one can attack on these alien species, that means they can affect or they will increase their productivity at a very fast rate. Similarly, whatever the organism or the living organism which live over there, they get affected, the whole productivity of those will be decreased. And this is one of the major problem that we are facing in today's life. You must have heard of an example like water hyacinth. Water hyacinth. Hyacinth. The scientific name of water hyacinth is Eichhornia. Eichhornia. Right, and it has brought to European to India, and in that cases what they do, they clog water bodies. Clog water body. Because of these, the organisms which live in water, they are affected. There is decrease in the number of those organisms, and this is the major problem that we are facing today. Problem which is associated with water hyacinth. We have another example also, yeah, like you must have heard of carrot grass. Name is Parthenium. Parthenium. So this was introduced into India unintentionally, and what happens is that this was introduced into India with the help of importing wheat. Along with importing wheat, this Parthenium they entered, and because of which the whole shrubs and the herbs which live in our native land in India, they are affected. Another example, even you must have heard of lantana. Lantana was a species which belonged to tropical America. Tropical America, and from tropical America they were introduced into India. They were introduced into India. So these are the certain alien species or exotic species or non-native species. A major problem you have to write that there are no natural predators for that, and you can write examples like this. So students, we have discussed about the reason for loss in biodiversity. In the next class, I will be discussing about why this biodiversity is important and what are the different species which are exposed to extinctions. What are the different categories which is given by IUCN, we are left with that, and also how we can conserve our biodiversity, like in situ conservation and ex situ conservation. Like I think within 2 sessions, maximum 2 sessions, we will be completed with this chapter, whole chapter. That will be completed from my side, but you have to complete from your side as well. So students revise all these things again and again. I don't think so it's very difficult. By remembering the names like habitat loss, co-extinction, etc., you can write by yourself. But yes, don't forget to write about certain examples which I have mentioned over here. Right? So students, we are end with the today's sessions. Revise this very carefully, and then watch the next lecture. If you are clear with the previous one, then only watch the next lecture. Otherwise, don't do that. So we'll meet in the next session. Till then, take care. Thank you so much, students, for watching this.